Hello traders, how are you doing? So I hope you are studying for the weekend. Um, I promise to make a video today so that you can use for your studies. So yeah, um, I'm trying to make a video on how to catch reaction trades. So like this is one of my top winning secrets in the last quarter of 2025. So um, what what can you consider as a reaction trade? Okay, a reaction trade is a trade coming from, how should I put it, a POI that's not supposed to give a full trade, but at least that POI or that structure might actually produce a reaction. So you can always catch trades like that. So I'll go with one example, that's GBPCAD. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. So GBPCAD, let's go to the weekly time frame. So let's go to the 1 week time frame. So here on the weekly time frame, you can see this. I don't know why this is showing on my screen, but let's continue. So on the weekly time frame, you can see that, yeah, I have I have I have I have a sweep. I have this low here. I have this low here, okay, and I have a sweep of this low, and I have price pulling above this high, okay. But I want you to understand something here. There is no break of structure of this high. There is no break of this high, okay. It's very obvious that there is no break of this high. So as you can see, so according to what I always show you, there is no break of that high. So what do you think will happen naturally? Since there is no break of structure, when price returns here, it's supposed to actually take out this low. That's a normal phenomenon. That's a normal phenomenon. So when price returns, it's supposed to take out this low. But I want to tell you that trades like this often give reaction trades. They often give what I call reaction trades. So you may not have a full buy to this high. You may not have a full response from this POI to this high, but price may present you another setup on lower time frame coming from this POI. Yeah. So look at it this way: sweep, sweep here, break of structure there, and actually it's not a candle break of structure. It's just price taking out external liquidity from that high. So since price has swept that high with a wick, it might actually tell you that price does not want to go that high. Most times that's the response. That's another way of knowing that our price is not headed in this direction. When price takes out a high with a wick, it's most likely headed in the opposite direction. So yeah, so you can see that price took it out but didn't break structure, okay. And then this is what you have returning down here. So let's go to lower time frame and see what price presented us with. So yeah, and there were also many lots of mistakes that I marked out why price was reacting on lower time frame on this POI. Lots of mistakes. So a lot of you just mark sweep, break of structure, liquidity on lower time frame. You don't check higher time frame for the higher time frame superiority. I've been hammering on this a lot of my trades. Check my page on X. I've written trades on higher time frame superiority about 5 times, marking out common mistakes that you may make if you don't check the higher time frame. So even if you go to something like, let me show you an example of higher time frame superiority. Even if you go to something like the daily time frame here, you can see that there is a break of structure, right? Now you know that normally, even when you see a break of structure on lower time frame, that does not mean that price has really broken that high. You need to move to the next higher time frame on which price is showing that structure, and you need to check, was this high actually broken? So that's exactly what happened on AUD USD, the video I made in August. So if you've not watched that video, you should go to my page and maybe search AUD USD. You are definitely going to see the video. So let's look at what price did here on lower time frame. So since price has returned to our supposed POI, okay, price has returned to our supposed POI, which is this other block. Now you are going to be, for your confirmation, for your reaction trade, for the reaction trade you are supposed to take, you're supposed to be looking for something similar to a confirmation entry. Like I've always thought, supposed to be looking for something similar to a confirmation entry. So okay, let me highlight simple mistakes that were made in this area before the actual trade started playing out. Let me highlight some simple mistakes that were made in this area. So let's go down to 4 hour. Okay, so 4 hour. So on 4 hour time frame, I want you to see this. I want you to see this. All right. So here, price price bounced off of our POI, yeah, and price actually gave us this low. Price gave us a sweep of this low, a break of structure, right? And this now, yeah. So now I want to remind you something that before this break of structure, price happened to provide something that looked like liquidity here. Actually, on 4 hour time frame, this is liquidity, right? So it's liquidity before the break of structure. Yeah. So what most of you guys call is, I think, type B. So um this is liquidity before the break of structure. But I want to assure you something. When you move to higher time frame, this liquidity cannot show. You can't see it. Okay. When you move to much higher time frame, you won't see that liquidity. So it's actually bad to take that trade. So you can see that a low still appeared here. You can see this low appearing, and you can see the sweep, and you can see that your liquidity does not even appear here. So why are you taking a buy here? Why are you trying to gamble here? Okay, so normally you think that by placing your POI here, um your POI, that's a QMR, sorry, using a QMR, then you should take a full buy and place your take profit here, your stop loss below the main low. But price is actually going to take you out because this is not correct. There is no liquidity. On 4 hour, yes, there is liquidity, but on daily time frame, there is no liquidity. And why should you choose the daily time frame structure over the 4 hour? Because the daily time frame is superior, and the daily time frame observes your sweep. It observes your sweep. So your sweep can be seen on the daily time frame, but your liquidity cannot be seen on the daily time frame. Same thing goes for break of structure. When you see break of structure on a lower time frame, you have to check for major time frames like 4 hour. Can I see break of structure on 4 hour? Can I see break of structure on 8 hour on the daily time frame? If there is break of structure on daily time frame and your um your structure is also showing on weekly time frame, there should be break of structure on the weekly time frame. So I waited for price to actually give me something that is legible. Okay, so this here is invalid. Whatever happened here is invalid, and a lot of you were trying to buy here. Though I was posting on X that this isn't what you should do. This is what you should do. But of course, um a lot of traders haven't gotten familiar with some of these concepts, but I've discovered these concepts, watched them over a while, back tested, and I make sure that these things are things that work. Okay, so I didn't just come out of nowhere and started saying high time frame superiority, make sure your liquidity does this, watch for this, watch for this, wait for confirmations. These are things that work. So you don't just want to take a setup because it's worth the risk. You take a setup because you don't see any reason not to take that setup. So actually, when I'm taking a trade, I'm actually looking for things that will make me okay. Yeah, I don't want to take this trade. So keep searching for things that will make you not to take this trade. Search for faults, search for mistakes with these trades, and if you can't find any, that's your A setup. So yeah. So finally, I had a proper sweep here. So you can see this low, okay, and the proper sweep of this low, and you can see proper liquidity here, and there is also the break of structure. So I marked out my POI and waited for price to just fall in. And when you are doing the right thing, you don't have need to extend your stop loss to so far as Abuja. You extend your stop loss from Enugu to Abuja. It's because you know you are doing the wrong thing. So you are hoping that even if price takes that low, it's still going to save you because your stop loss is big. Okay, so that's actually trash. When you are doing the right thing, your stop loss below the low is as simple as correct. Okay, so your stop loss below the low, and that's all you need. So this is a trade that is supposed to provide me um with 6 hour profit. Okay, and the POI I used here, I'm not going to show you. So when price when price came in there, just tapped in, and this is what happened. Okay, yeah. So that's that, and you can see on 4 hour how price has been reacting. But I'm just confident on the trade. It's already moved like 3 hours. It's already moved like 3 hours. Return, keep consolidating. I've been holding this for days. Okay, so this is an example of how you can catch um simple um, reaction trades. If you know what you're doing, if you know the concept, if you know my concept, you can always catch this type of trades back to back to back to back. So you don't necessarily need to take the full buy. You don't necessarily need to take the complete structure on higher time frame. Sometimes you can just, if you are not seeing everything complete on the higher time frame, you can just move to a lower time frame and just look for a reaction setup. So same thing applies to daily and 1 hour, 4 hour and 15 minutes. So most times I don't like going below 15, maximum 5 minutes, especially on crypto setups. I can take 5 minutes, but I prefer reaction from 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, and that's that. So yeah, that's that for this trade. And also, um, um, for more tips like this, you should join my channel. My channel link is on my bio. Okay, my channel link is on my bio. So join my channel for more videos like this. Yeah. And follow me on X for more. Thank you.